All right, these headlines are driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. We know trucks. So Tua's in the building, gentlemen. Tyreek Hill said today he fully expects Tua to be on the practice field tomorrow.
Jimmy, can you go get me an Aperol Spritz somewhere?
Get it yourself.
Wow, that escalated.
Jimmy clean today.
Tell you what.
No nonsense.
Yeah, he outdressed us.
It was like a caddy. I think you need the 3, Mr. Hoffman. The 3.
That's funny.
Tua did not speak to the media today, though, gentlemen. Seems like everybody else, for the most part, did. He did not address the media.
Just give him the contract. So stupid.
It'd get embarrassing to him. That's all he's been talking about all offseason.
Of course, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is every move he makes in Miami is embarrassing to him. Brian Flores embarrassed him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like that's a constant narrative. So now reward him.
Make him the guy. Show him he's the guy. You're the dude. Move forward. I'm with you. Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love kind of brought me around. I always like Tua. I know Tua. I say he's top 12 quarterback. I can argue that all day. But, yeah, pay the man his money.
But if he's top 12 quarterback, then pay him like a top 12 quarterback.
Oh, stop it. Okay, well, then what's Jordan Love? Because he's going to be the highest paid quarterback in the league.
That's fine, but maybe the Packers think he has the capability of being a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. And by the way, he might. I'm not saying he is, but he might. At some point, is Tua ever going to be a top 3, top 4 quarterback?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes. But no.
He's
this
not.
is the thing. But and this is the argument.
You mean like winning a Super Bowl or it like?
Yes. Yeah, like being
absolutely. Tua Tagovailoa will be the quarterback for a Dolphins Super Bowl winning team. I firmly believe that.
And I don't.
I also believe Zion Williamson's going to be league MVP. So
look at the upper echelon.
One more Aperol Spritz
of quarterbacks right now. Who is it? Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow.
I'm writing them down right now.
And
Josh Allen,
Allen.
CJ Stroud.
No, just the top
Can't
3.
put CJ Stroud up there yet.
CJ Stroud's a bad man.
But if he's up there, then Tua has to be up there. They both accomplished the same thing. Tua better numbers, I think.
No, CJ Stroud won a playoff game as a rookie.
They won a playoff game?
Yeah. They got to the second round last year against Lamar Jackson and had a lead in that game, almost beat the Baltimore Ravens as a rookie.
I'll have to take the L on that one.
Joe Burrow's been to the Super Bowl, but he gets hurt every year, just like Tua.
That's fine, buddy. He led you to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And then 15, you know what? Let's not say Patrick Mahomes' name anymore when you talk about quarterback.
Right, it's not fair.
Set the bar too damn
that's
high.
not fair.
I'm just arguing.
You're saying that if Tua is the Dolphins quarterback, they can never win a Super Bowl? If you believe that, listen, if you believe that, I'm not telling you not to, because a lot of Dolphin fans do. If you believe that, then you absolutely don't give him a giant contract.
Here's what I believe. He is really good, and I think he should be paid as a very good quarterback. I don't think he should take up 55, 60% of your cap.
Even if most quarterbacks at his level are getting that.
Correct, because I don't think he's good enough on his own to go and beat Lamar,
but
Josh
he's not
Allen,
on his own.
Joe Burrow.
He's not on his own. He's surrounded by a really good roster.
But don't forget, when you pay your quarterback that type of money, Hawk, then guess what? You can't start shedding out money for the rest of your roster 2, 3, 4 seasons from now. That's the issue here. If the Dolphins could pay whoever they want, no salary cap, and pay Tua and make him happy, they would do it. But you're in a situation now where you're the Dolphins, you're saying, okay, we like Tua, and they clearly do like Tua, but we don't think he's Aaron Rodgers. We don't think he's Peyton Manning. We don't think he's Tom Brady, where we can pay him as much money as we want to and surround him with less talent. They need more talent around him to be a Super Bowl team. And you severely get in the way of surrounding him with that type of talent.
So you're saying Jordan Love, can Joe Burrow lead you to a Super Bowl without having Jamar Chase and real weapons? Like Patrick Mahomes can, because they lost Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek.
Now, arguably, he's got the greatest tight end
Mhm.
in the league.
He still had
he
pieces
still
around him.
has talent.
It doesn't mean you won't have any talent, but you need really, really good talent around Tua to go win a Super Bowl. And I don't think
But
with
don't
Patrick
you need
Mahomes,
a really
you do.
good, accurate quarterback throwing to, like, if you're telling me that if Mike White or who's the guy that was in quarterback last year
Skyler.
that I already forgot
Kirk
his name.
Cousins?
No. The
Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota. That it's fine.
If you could pay Tua, if you're the Dolphins and you could pay Tua less than $55 million per year, you feel really good about that situation because you satisfied Tua Tagovailoa from their perspective, right? You satisfied him. You made him one of the top 10, top 12 paid quarterbacks in the NFL, which is probably what he deserves. And you can still go out and use the rest
Based
of
on
your
being number
resources.
one, though, in many statistical categories.
But again, like you could use statistical categories all you want,
well,
but
it's kind
what
of a
is
good
it?
barometer, no?
But what did it translate to?
And see, that's where it gets moved. And bars gets moved to no playoff wins. Then Joe Burrow, he's made the Super Bowl. So all the guys, we see it. They make Lamar Jackson Super Bowl, CJ Stroud. You said CJ Stroud over Tua? And his answer is he won a playoff game already. And he's a puppy. That's what it. Jordan Love. Jordan Love has a playoff win right now as a puppy.
On the road, too, by the way. On the road.
That's where you move. I would say with Tua. Just think about the good teams. The Ravens. Who else? The Bengals. All the top quarterbacks we know. You put Tua on that team. I would say the Ravens are taken out of it because Lamar Jackson is a crazy freak of an athlete. I don't think there's guys in the league, nobody in the league that do what Lamar does. But you put him on those other top teams in the AFC or NFC. Are the Eagles that much better with Jalen Hurts if Tua was their quarterback and not Jalen? Like, that's what I kind of look at. And that's why I say Tua's up there because I think Tua could execute 95% of the offenses to a very high level in this league. And that's why you have to pay him. Jordan Love hasn't proven. Jordan Love played like 9 games.
I mean, what was that guy's name? Matt Flynn?
He had some 3-year stupid
season,
deal.
And then you're like, I mean, like you're all in on Jordan Love. And I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the Packers. And we don't even know because they still have to give him a contract. They might not be.
But the way you say this, right? Oh, well, the Packers are going to give Jordan Love that money. Oh, the Lions gave Jared Goff that money. Well, why should Chris Greer say, oh, because they did that, we should do that?
Yeah.
What if the Lions made a terrible? I know, but what if the Lions made a terrible decision giving Jared Goff that type of contract?
Right, but you have to make the decision: is it worth trying to find someone cheaper who's as good as Tua, or eating up a little more cap space than you'd want to and keep Tua? And I would submit to you and all Dolphins fans, we have tried since Dan Marino to find a quarterback who could lead the league in passing. Since Dan Marino. It has taken a long time. And now you want to spin the hopper again? Like, get out of here with that. Now, if you're the Packers and you're coming off Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers, and you go, you know what? I'm not going to tie myself to somebody just yet. We're going to roll the dice a little bit, see who he is. I get that. The Colts went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. So you want to, we've been waiting since Dan Marino. And if you don't think that Tua is the guy you've been waiting for since him, then you are literally waiting for Dan Marino to become active again. Or you're waiting for Patrick Mahomes to become available, and that's stupid.
And there's not a guy in the league that is Patrick Mahomes. There's really not. You're not going to find a guy. Like, that's why Mike White's your back. I like Mike White. You're looking at, and I just had to look at it. Worst thing is I had to look this up. Jalen Milroe from Alabama, Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders, and Carson Beck from Georgia. Those are the young quarterbacks right now that's supposed to be number one.
Wow, no more Becks.
Heisman. Yeah, I don't. I not know John. Good friend of mine.
Oh, yeah, very good friend.
Yeah,
good guy.
Hated playing with him. But, so that's the thing. No more Tua. Let's go get Quinn Ewers. Come on.
That's the thing.
That's what you're talking about. You're not finding the third string guy from San Diego to come. It's impossible.
That's the part I don't understand.
And with how they're paying guys right now, locking in, you might want to lock in because, and this is the other thing too, you don't want to marry him. Somebody got a ring ready.
Yep.
That's the other thing too, Solana. I understand what you're saying about the numbers, the 55, 60 million, 58 million. There is somebody out there that'll give Tua $58 million if he hits it.
Yeah, I get that. And I also understand, look, the market is the market, and he's going to try to make as much money as he possibly can. But if I'm the Dolphins, and clearly I think they feel a lot closer to the way I feel than the way you guys feel, which is this guy is a very good quarterback. He does not deserve top money.
But how often do you come across a very good quarterback? That's my greater point. How often do you get to very good quarterback? Not very often for the Dolphins.
But is very good enough in this conference?
I believe so.
That's where we differ, I guess.
Right.
Because I can't see a scenario, and I want to see it. Like, I genuinely like Tua, but he's going to go through Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud through a playoff run and beat them?
Yeah, because you're making him sound like he's Don Makowski.
I'm not. I'm making him sound like he's Tua Tagovailoa. He's a very good
the leading passer in the league.
But he's not better than any of those guys I just mentioned other than CJ Stroud. Other than CJ Stroud, he could be better than. But he's not better than those guys. He could beat one of them. He could beat Patrick Mahomes. He can beat Lamar. Guess what? He hasn't.
You know what?
He hasn't beaten Joe
Until
Burrow.
he does. Until he does.
So Solana's
beat Justin Herbert.
To that point, he did beat Herbert. To that point, he lost to Josh Allen twice last year and Patrick Mahomes twice last year.
And to Lamar Jackson.
And Lamar Jackson late in the season. So that was the thing is, you're going to go see the big dogs. If you're a big dog, compete with them.
Had he beaten those guys,
it would have been a lot easier argument.
Had the Dolphins not lost to Buffalo at home the final week of the season and they had won the division, I don't think we're having this conversation right now. They wouldn't have been playing Patrick Mahomes in negative 23-degree weather. They probably would have played Buffalo again at home. And who knows, they probably could have beaten them again at home in a playoff game. But they didn't.
Hell with Josh. I hate Will Levis. That's who ruined this stretch you're talking about, this damn Tennessee Titans and Will Levis.
None of that was Tua's fault. Bad play calling by Mike McDaniel. Bad defense. Who was Vic Fangio?
Tua had 2 shots in the fourth, Hawk.
Yeah. Hey, Vic Fangio, how about you tighten up? Hey, Mr. Defensive Guru. You're up 14 with 3 minutes. I don't know. How about you have your guys play defense or hit the bricks?
Tua had 2 shots in the fourth.
Look at Tennessee, man. Everybody wants to put that on the defense. Same thing. Like
that's
was
what we're talking about.
We're talking about. Like Tua had 2 opportunities in the fourth, but also the defense was running.
No, the defense was awful,
like
but people forget about the first half of that game and even the third quarter. The Dolphins couldn't move the ball against Tennessee. They couldn't move the ball. They got a lead late in the game because they got lucky, and then they had 2 opportunities to put one drive together. 2 opportunities to put one drive together to close out the game.
A couple of opportunities, up 2 touchdowns to just stop Tennessee and Will Levis. Vic Fangio. How about you call something other than whatever you called? What did he call? I don't know. Don't call it again.
Scratch that one off.
Yeah, but you're moving the goalposts because if Patrick Mahomes has a 2 touchdown lead and he gets 2 opportunities to close out a game and he can't, he goes 3 and out both times. Who's the loss on for the Kansas City Chiefs? Nobody's blaming the defense. They're blaming Patrick Mahomes for not being able to win a football game. That's what you get held to.
The Kansas City defense carried the Chiefs for 10 weeks last year early in the season before Pat and them got it figured out with the guys. Now, so like on both sides, the Buffalo had a great defense last year. Like they're like it, and we're saying it. If you put Tua on, that's why I say if you put Tua on Kansas City, I really do believe Kansas City can still win the championship. I do. Last year, Tua's the quarterback. They have the same weapons. He has Travis Kelce running across the middle, wide open every damn play. Chris Jones and them boys on defense, Reed and them boys in the back end of the defense. Like I think Tua can win at a quarterback, but it's back and forth of, is the team good enough? Well, we do have some talent, but Tua's messing up this. Tennessee game, stop some damn body. Kansas City game, stop Patrick Mahomes one time.
Tua didn't give up 14 points at the end of the game.
We're not losing to Kansas City and Buffalo by 40. We're losing by 10. So you could say, look at that first drive of the fourth quarter. They ran down and scored on the defense. Well, Tua needs the answer. Well, Tua wouldn't have the answer if this defense can stop some damn body.
Right. But the defense,
you can go back and forth.
I disagree because I look at the defense, the way it was decimated going into that playoff game last year, and I say the only points the Dolphins scored that entire game was not a Hail Mary, but he threw it to Tyreek Hill who burned the corner. He caught it. He scored a touchdown. Other than that, the Dolphins' offense looked anemic. They could not move the football.
And we're still up 14 with 3 minutes to go.
I'm saying in
with 3
Kansas
minutes
City.
to go.
I'm saying in
Kansas City. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Okay, and it
The
still
Kansas
wasn't
City game.
last whooping.
No one can argue that. No one can argue that.
And
That is what it is. But they are the elite. They are the elite team.
But if you're going to bring up Tua's stats last year, he led the league in offense.
Well, he did, though.
No,
you can't discount that.
I'm not discounting that.
Sounds like you are.
What I'm discounting is the fact that ultimately will translate to wins, because when push came to shove, the number one offense in the league, the team that people were calling the next greatest show on turf, laid an absolute turd at the end of the season. And it wasn't their defense that let them down. Outside of that Tennessee game, fine, I'll give you that. Against the Bills, week 17 or week 18, it wasn't the defense that let them down. It was the offense's inability to score points. And against Kansas City in the playoffs, it was the offense's inability to score points.
Very cold.
It was.
It was chilly.
Very cold. People got frostbite. There's like amputations. I'm not even kidding. We read the articles. There's amputations.
It's such a bad place for me to be in, though, because like now I'm reading the text line. Oh, you hate Tua. You're a Tua hater. I'm not. I'm like, just because you don't think he should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL doesn't make you a Tua hater. I think I'm just realistic. He's very good. He should be paid as a very good quarterback.
But very good quarterbacks don't get paid as very good quarterbacks. Very good quarterbacks right now get paid as the best quarterbacks in the league.
Well, unless you're Double O Greer, then you figure it out.
All right. Double O Greer hired Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio didn't want to be here.
Ooh. Dolphins got to 30 points December 17th versus the Jets. Never got past 22 the rest of the season, 5 games.
Didn't need to. Very conservative offense. Once you build up a lead on a team, you don't.
Ooh, how about this? We have some breaking news here regarding the Miami Dolphins.
Give it to us.
Tom Pelissero, the Dolphins are placing wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. on the active, physically unable to perform list to start training camp. He says
probably some machinations there.
My understanding is Beckham, who's 31, is working through minor things, and this is part of the plan for easing him back into football.
All right.
Yeah, he's coming off multiple knee injuries and surgeries and all that stuff.
He's only 31.
Odell, take it easy for these first 2 weeks. We'll get you 2 targets in the preseason, and then be ready to catch a couple balls week.
Drink a Coca-Cola.
I don't say that. If he's listening, he's joking, Odell.
No, I'm not.
Coke.
Coca-Cola. Did you hear?
ACL
John Brown,
tear. Coke.
John Brown is a Mr. Universe.
Mhm.
Knows a thing or two about fit bodies. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Drink a Coca-Cola.
For his ACL.
Yep. For everything. It's an elixir. If Dr. Fauci would have thought of giving everybody Coca-Cola, we wouldn't have had everybody at home for 2 years.
I don't know about this.
A great start to training camp, gentlemen. Tua's not paid. Shaq Barrett retires.
Odell
Odell's-
Beckham's physically unable to perform.
And half your defense is on the PUP list as well.